Does it feel as though prayers remain unheard? Or is there a truly present, attentive, and responsive divine entity? If such inquiries have resonated with you, this video might fundamentally alter your perspective on life and spirituality. We're delving into the profoundly mystical and potent teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda's Talking with God. You might recognize Yogananda as the eminent yogi who authored Autobiography of a Yogi, a book inspiring millions globally on their spiritual journeys. However, Talking with God unveils something even more intimate: the sacred techniques for authentic divine communion. It's not merely a book, it's a spiritual roadmap, a guide demonstrating that connection with God transcends rituals, temples, or formal prayers. Instead, it illuminates the necessity of awakening our inner higher consciousness to truly converse with the divine. Let me emphasize, though, grasping these truths isn't for the faint-hearted. It demands sincerity, inner tranquility, and a profound commitment to internal transformation. This video explores profound spiritual insights from this sacred text, each a key unlocking your personal relationship with the divine. These aren't mere doctrines. They are living principles capable of igniting profound internal change. Stay with me until the conclusion, as each insight builds upon the preceding one, culminating in a powerful revelation capable of redirecting your life's course. Let's commence with the initial insight. Why doesn't God answer our prayers? At some juncture, we've all prayed. In moments of anguish, fear, confusion, or helplessness, we implore God, seeking a sign, a resolution, or simply to be heard. Yet frequently, silence prevails. Why? Consider this. Have you genuinely attempted to listen to God? Paramhansa Yogananda eloquently explains that true communication with God is not solely about supplication. It's about profound, silent, sincere listening. Why is listening paramount to asking? Because incessant questioning renders the dialogue one-sided. Envision a conversation with a friend where you monopolize the discourse, never affording them a chance to speak. Would that constitute a genuine exchange? Precisely. The same applies to our relationship with God. To connect authentically, we must cultivate mental stillness and listen for the divine. But here's the crucial aspect. God doesn't communicate through words. God speaks through feelings, inner stillness, and vibrations of peace. Yogananda asserts, true prayer is not mere asking, it's experiencing the divine presence. When we only ask, our minds remain restless. But when we listen, profound peace unfolds within, and in this sacred quietude, God begins to speak. So, how does God communicate? Through signs, inner guidance, and subtle sensations arising during deep meditation. As we delve into the stillness of our being, a divine power awakens within, a presence not external, but intrinsic, guiding, comforting, and illuminating the path amidst uncertainty. But how do we attune ourselves to this divine frequency? The answer is meditation. Yogananda stresses that meditation is the most potent means of divine communication. When practiced correctly, meditation stills the mind like a tranquil lake, mirroring God's presence with the same clarity a still lake reflects the sky. Without meditation, prayer remains incomplete. For if you're unprepared to receive an answer, is it truly a conversation? Therefore, if you yearn to hear God's voice, not through words, but through divine inner experience, you must learn to quell the internal noise. Only in silence does the infinite speak. Until our consciousness is elevated, we cannot fully perceive God's presence in our lives. However, here's a sacred truth. God is present in every action. Paramhansa Yogananda beautifully explains that when we regardless of the task's magnitude, when offered to God, it becomes a sacred spiritual practice. If you cherish God, please comment below. There is no power, no strength, except with God. Have you ever sensed an unseen presence during meditation, or experienced a sudden solution to a difficult situation appearing unexpectedly? An inexplicable insight? These are not coincidences. They are divine responses, God's signs. But a deeper question arises. Does God respond solely through signs, or can we achieve direct communication? This leads us to the fifth spiritual secret, perhaps surprising, recognizing God's answers. We all pray at some point, seeking help, guidance, peace. When clarity eludes us, doubt surfaces. Is God even listening? Yogananda provides a clear answer. Yes, God always responds, but we must understand God's language. God answers in three ways. One, through intuition. When grappling with a question, a clear thought or feeling may arise. Not a random notion, but a direct knowing that resonates deeply, possessing such precision and tranquility that its truth is undeniable. This isn't your mind, it's your soul hearing God. Yogananda states, when the mind is calm, the soul can hear the whisper of God. So, heed those moments of sudden clarity. They may be divine answers. 2, through dreams. Divine guidance often arrives when the conscious mind rests and the subconscious is receptive. Dreams may convey symbols, messages, or direct conversations, awakening something sacred within. God always answers. The challenge lies not in more fervent pleading, but in achieving the stillness necessary to receive, to truly connect. It's insufficient to merely meditate or attend spiritual gatherings. The purity of our thoughts is often overlooked. Negative thinking lowers our vibrational frequency, weakening the divine connection. To experience God, our minds must be calm, loving, and positive. How do we maintain this? Ask daily. Are my thoughts, words, and actions drawing me closer to God or further away? 3 essential practices aid in maintaining this connection. Daily meditation. Even 5 minutes of sincere meditation can open inner doors. Satsang, spiritual fellowship. Surround yourself with those who uplift your consciousness. And mastering your thoughts. Avoid negativity. Cultivate love, compassion, and kindness. But a crucial question remains. Is the path to God accessible to all, or solely to saints and mystics? Does God speak only to the select few? This is a significant misconception. Paramahansa Yogananda offers a powerful response. God speaks to everyone, eminent yogi or simple soul. The sole requirement is sincere devotion and a pure heart. God isn't reserved for the chosen. He resides within every soul, closer than your breath. To connect, you need no complex rituals, only a heartfelt plea. Even a prayer born of pain, if sincere, instantly reaches God. We may believe our prayers remain unheard, but God hears every call. We simply haven't learned to recognize the response. When the mind sheds ego, fear, and doubt, the answer becomes crystal clear. Yogananda affirms that God already resides within, awaiting awakening. Should our relationship with God be confined to prayer and meditation? Is there a more profound connection? The final secret might transform your spiritual understanding. The most potent way to connect with God, beyond meditation, prayer, and intuition, is through selfless love. Love seeking nothing in return. Helping others without expectation. Seeing the divine spark in every being. Giving freely out of compassion. These actions bring God's presence into every moment. True devotion transcends temples and rituals. Worship extends beyond folded hands and mantras. Genuine bhakti unfolds in daily life, service, humble speech. God doesn't speak only to sages. He speaks to anyone living with love, kindness, and purity of heart. Will you integrate this message into your life? Will you ignite the lamp of compassion? Will you cease merely asking and instead include God in every moment? The answers determine your proximity to the divine. If this video resonated, like it and share this divine wisdom. God isn't in a distant sky. He's within you, waiting to be realized through love. Let's walk this path